downstairs was a Christian. And she became best friends with my wife. And it was very natural in the course of their friendship for Linda to talk about Jesus to my wife, Leslie. I mean, Leslie never heard this before. Nobody's ever talked to her about Jesus before. It was interesting to her. And she kind of went on her own spiritual journey. She went to church with her, checked things out. And after about a year or so, she came up to me and she said, Lee, I made a big decision. I said, what? She said, I've decided to become a follower of Jesus Christ. And I thought, oh no. This is the worst possible thing that could happen. I thought she was going to turn into some sexually repressed prude or something. I was going to spend all her time on Skid Row serving the poor or something. I didn't sign up for this. This was not part of the deal. I mean, come on. Honestly, the first word that went through my mind, divorce. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. But what really shocked me is in the following months, I expected all these negative things to happen. Actually, there were so many positive changes in her character and in her values and the way she related to me and the children. It was really winsome and attractive. And so one day, it was Sunday morning, she said, why don't you come to church with me today? And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go. Get her out of this cult, that she's involved in. So I went to this church that she went to, a meeting in a movie theater about a mile from our house. And the pastor got up, and he was a young guy. I don't even think he was shaving yet. His name was Bill Hybels. And he gave a talk called Basic Christianity. And I sat there, and it just shattered so many of my misconceptions about the Christian faith. And I remember walking out that day saying two things. Number one, I was still an atheist. It didn't convince me that day that God exists. But number two, I realized, you know what? If this stuff is true, this has huge implications for my life. Duh. So what I decided to do was take my legal training and my journalism training and investigate, is there any credibility to Christianity or any other faith? And that launched me on what turned out to be a nearly 2-year investigation of the evidence concerning Christianity. And what I want to do in the next few minutes, I want to sum it all up. I want to talk about the highlights that convinced me that Christianity is true. Now, it became very obvious right away to me that there's one central issue that decides everything. And that is, did Jesus or did he not return from the dead? Why is that important? Because anybody can claim to be God. Jesus claimed to be God. There's no doubt about that. You read the biographies of Jesus that are in the documents that make up the New Testament of the Bible, and you find that he makes transcendent claims about himself. He makes messianic claims. He makes divine claims about himself. In John 10, verse 30, he got up before a crowd, and he said, the Father and I are one. And the word in the Greek there, one, means we are one in